No, I'm not a fan of his editorial privileges. I like when Jason Powell interviews it. So Cody comes out and he addresses Saturday night's main event. He started to address Kevin Owens, but the Chad Gable and the American Made Gable referenced being the greatest athlete to ever come out of Minnesota. That's where they were. And Nick Aldis had inquired about American Made during the upcoming transfer window. So they're going to be making trades going to Netflix. They're going to move the rosters around. So Gabe called Minnesota simple-minded. They said he sucked. He called Cody a workhorse, an inspiration to him. Gable said he dressed the part, but that was easy. Then said what was hard was being a good friend like Kevin Owens, not a bad one like Otis. Gable is a terrible friend and superficial and only cares about what other people think of him. He castigated Rhodes for teaming with the guy who made Owens' life a living hell and said he deserved everything that was coming to him. Cody replied and asked the crowd they thought if they would be his friend. He then told Gable he's disappointed who spewed all the vitriol about him because he sees himself in him. He referenced Shorty G and told Gable he was looking at Stardust. Cody said he knew what he was going through and he figured out he had nothing to lose, but he was wrong because what happens when he falls again. Question whether he would turn on Brutus or Ivy now when he failed again because he couldn't take the pressure of another failure. Gable told him to shut up. He said he would whoop his ass if he wasn't wearing a suit. Cody replied he knew Gable was there to see Nick Aldis, but when he was there, he should lace up his boots and ask if he could face him one-on-one later tonight. Then said that he had Kevin Owens on his mind, and that was bad news for him. What did you think of this?
It was all right. I just thought it was an excuse to have a good match in the main event. I do like when Cody called Gable Shorty G. That slow motion close-up of Reed breaking his ankle was pretty brutal.
Right.
And I did like when they showed Jesse Ventura sitting in the crowd. I wonder who the other guy's going to be by him, the other commentator.
Well, it's not going to be Vince.
Yeah, too bad.
This to me was like an excuse for an angle because they booked the match first. So obviously.
Probably, yeah.
Chelsea Green approached Bianca Belair and called her Nancy Drew because she had to solve her Jade mystery. Chelsea mocked Bianca for losing the U.S. title qualifying match, and Bianca responded by asking if Piper was the one who took out Jade Cargill to get her out of the match. Piper said she didn't touch Jade, but she wouldn't touch Bianca in the ring later if she wanted. Bianca threw a punch. She got kicked by both Piper and Chelsea, and Piper told her she'd see her in the ring. So they had words backstage.
Yeah, they kicked her where the tape was on her ribs.
Right. So Elektra Lopez versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi in a United States Championship tournament match, and I fast forwarded this. I don't think I saw the end of this, and I'm gonna guess who won. Right. Tiffany Stratton won. I'm gonna guess.
Well, she's in her hometown.
Yeah, so she won. She defeated Naomi and Elektra Lopez.
Yeah, this is my comment on this. I thought Elektra was green, but she isn't. But there wasn't good chemistry and some miscommunication. There was some good stuff. But there was a number of awkward moments. Stratton hit the moonsault. Elektra seems like someone they can job out like they used to do Mitchin and Chelsea.
So Colin Graves, I missed this segment too. I guess this didn't make it to Hulu. Colin Graves went to Byron Saxon backstage and found out that the Street Profits were attacked. So Aldis informed the Machine Guns, and then Gargano walked up to offer DIY services to replace the Profits in that match, and then Guns agreed. And Aldis told Gargano to tell Ciampa not to make him regret this. So I didn't realize they did this angle before they did that match, and so this would have definitely, because I was actually far more surprised at the turn with the Gargano than if I would have seen this. Right. To be honest with you, so did this alert you to an angle alert, Conan? Possibly.
Not really, but
there's a lot of mystery. They're doing the same angle a lot in the show, Mystery Attacks.
Yeah, but obviously it was DIY that probably attacked them.
Yeah. So we go to Bianca versus Piper, and the reason these two together is so Bianca could pick her up and deliver her KOD, which was an impressive feat of strength. Chelsea Green tried to interfere, but this was the finish, and Bianca defeated Piper Niven. What did you think of this?
Well, this was good. Piper has improved a lot, and they've had some good matches in the past, so I knew this would be good, and this was good, and they had good chemistry, and at the end, she hit her with her finish on top of Chelsea.
Right. So kind of interesting. They they had a gimmick here where Kevin Owens. They had an interview set up for him. He said the interview was going to be in his car. I thought that was funny. It was actually pretty. And I liked how many camera angles they did when we get to that. Was actually pretty funny. They showed a video recap of the War Games match, the Women's War Games. Bianca Belair was limping on her sore ribs and ran into Naomi, who complained about Candice LeRae and Tiffany Stratton staying on her neck. Then Byron walked up to confirm that Piper Niven did not attack Jade Cargill. Bianca said when she finds out who did it, it would be over for them. In the arena, Shinsuke Nakamura made his entrance as the new champion. Shinsuke's entrance is pretty cool. He's a samurai now, okay? So LA Knight made his entrance with Nakamura kneeling in the ring, and he called Nakamura a joke of a U.S. champion and said he won with a cheap shot, and that makes him a cheap champion. He demanded a rematch, and Nakamura was unresponsive. Knight said the only thing Nakamura has done in his face is spit mist, so he's putting his mist blockers on and put on some sunglasses. Before Knight could enter the ring, Andrade made his entrance, said he had unfinished business with Nakamura. Before they could get very far, Knight and Andrade were attacked by Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu. The Nakamura tees, they circled Nakamura, but they were scared of the mist. That was actually a pretty cool looking spot because they were like there was like an animal and they were scared to like approach him. And then Solo delivered Samoan spikes to Knight and Andrade. And Solo said anybody who thinks the Bloodline is weak or finished, he dared them to step up because the Bloodline will lay them out every single time. And he said he was tired of not being taken seriously. And the people can laugh all they want, but he was still their tribal chief. And Solo said he was still head of the table and still had the Ulafala. And he demanded Minneapolis acknowledge him, and they held up the ones. I got to ask you a question, Conan. Was this the best mic work Solo has done, in your opinion, so far?
Pretty good. Yeah.
It was better. It was better than previous.
Yeah.
And when he speaks with some tone in his voice,
Right.
he's definitely a better promo.
Yeah, don't disrespect me and all this other. Yeah,
Right.
It was a lot better, but maybe
he was getting good heat for
maybe he's reading online that his promos aren't good, and he just, you know what I'm saying. But I'm afraid what they're doing with LA Knight, because they took the title off of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reactions aren't as hot as they used to be. They're still hot, right? And then he got basically squashed with a mid Carter.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're giving up on him, or I'm not sure.
Heat.
Okay.
Maybe he's got heat.
Okay.
You think he
That
might?
wouldn't maybe.
Maybe call Rey Mysterio and see if LA Knight has heat.
And but the good thing is, when they were approaching Nakamura, he was like a cornered animal with that black liquid oozing out of his mouth. So they both kept their heat, Nakamura and them. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I want to hear Jim Cornette's take on LA Knight and what's going on here.
Let's hear it.
He says, the question now is, who is LA Knight personally offended, and why is his name? What could you do as a person? What could you do as a person to make people so dislike you that you will rehab yourself from being the chairman of a male modeling agency named Max Dupree. Go back to your previous gimmick. Get over with the people. They're cheering and chanting. Then you finally win the U.S. title, and you work with mid-card guys that get stuck working with nobody in the main events, and then get beat in 10 minutes by this fucking fellow. I'm saying LA Knight has personally offended someone with 3 initials. It's got to be. Cornette agreed that there's potentially heat.
Or he just might be taken, or maybe they think that his character is kind of like Teflon because he's got the shtick with the mic, with the audience participation. And maybe this is just a thing that they do see guys, they position guys in parts of the card, and they don't really let
This
them
is what
go
I
up
would
or
say
down.
about that. I think he was Teflon at the beginning. I don't believe he's Teflon now.
Interesting. So backstage, Ciampa Gargano spoke in the locker room, and Ciampa said they didn't fix things yet, as they should have had the title rematch months ago. Ciampa said he still wanted an answer from Gargano on his question from last week, and he would see him out there. So they did the Kevin Owens video from the car with Michael Cole. Michael Cole gets in the passenger seat. They're interviewing him with the car. This is a very good, clever idea, I thought, to be honest with you. He complained about having to travel to Minneapolis for a Michael Cole interview, and then said he's not even going to go into the arena. Told Michael Cole to find him. Oh, no, okay. He's in the car. I got ahead of myself. So he's actually telling Michael Cole he needs to come out here and interview him in the car. He's not coming to the arena. So now we do the DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. And the Machine Guns were getting the better of them. It looked like we were going home to the finish, and then Gargano went behind the referee's back out of nowhere, nutshotted Shelley. Joe Saban was standing there shocked, ate a super kick and sold it great. And they beat him 1-2-3, and then they look at each other and they started laughing at him, and Gargano and Ciampa got over on them. They beat them for the titles on the swerve, and Michael Cole couldn't believe it. So I was actually surprised too because I hadn't seen that previous things.
Well, this match was more about the tension. Yeah, this match was more about the tension between Gargano and Ciampa than the titles. But what Gargano did is Ciampa looked like he was going to leave, and then he tried to come in with the chair while the ref went to him to tell him, hey, you can't bring a chair in. Gargano hit Shelley with the low blow. This was a good swerve. I didn't see it coming.
Right. So they celebrated backstage, and Candice congratulated them, and they said they would tell their kids that they aren't losers. So then Cole walks out to the car. It was asked to get into and got in the car with Owens. And Cole complained about not being in the building. Owens said he was tired of being told he couldn't come into the building. Now he wanted someone to come outside with him. Cole said he wanted to give an unbiased interview, and Owens called him a Cody Rhodes fanboy. Cole said
Yes, sir. Let's get to it.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. We've got a special one for you, as tonight's action is Grant looking at these two teams. My attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
And now, the Long Beach starters. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Edwards. Then it's Williams, then there's Holmgren, and it's Jackson in at center, filling out the middle. Now here's Gordon. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Spins, just two to shoot from the high post. Booker can't get it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander against Booker. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren, and that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Gordon outside. Booker surveying the D. Holmgren against Gordon to the middle. Here's Booker. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. Just over a minute here in the first, and they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Jang, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Long Beach shooting their first free throw of the evening. That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, what's special about Gilgeous-Alexander is how shifty he is, which also makes it so tough on defenses.
Pass to Jang. Jackson against Jackson. Outside Booker. The three connects from downtown.
Pretty swift release that time from Booker, getting it away just in time.
Here's Edwards. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Gordon. Booker attacking. Holmgren with the block. Here's Williams. He's averaging about 15 points per game. He's been a solid contributor. Kept alive.
Oh.
And it's Holmgren missing. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Here's Jang. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that.
Wow. Holmgren with it. Checked by Gordon. Edwards. Not
What
enough
the
on that
fuck?
one as it misses.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
And from what we've seen so far in his career, Anthony Edwards wants to be that guy in crunch time, Clark.
Yeah, I love his mentality. Not only in that he wants to be the guy, but he also wants to elevate his teammates. And he plays the game with an exuberance and a joy and a freshness that is, quite good to see. But I like his attack mentality and his willingness to step into leading his team by example at both ends of the floor.
From deep, Holmgren. They get the rebound. Tries yet again, and he sinks the layup.
And this is what coach wants to see from Holmgren. Outworking the defense to get a second chance look.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Here come your Thunder Girls.
the top 5 teams in second chance scoring. I like the attitude of this team. They play hard, willing to do the dirty work down low.
And that third place ranking in assists. It speaks to how this team is unselfish offensively. They understand basketball is the ultimate team game. Now here's Caldwell Pope. Here's Jang. Jackson outside.
Damn it.
And Booker the bucket on the assist by Jackson. Booker's gotten his third basket of the night.
The easy money there for Booker. You can't let him get this close with the ball.
Holmgren. That doesn't go either for Holmgren. The Thunder have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start.
Oh,
And
nice.
denied. He sends it right off the glass. Booker against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Jackson from downtown.
Even though he's a real nigga, but
Yes,
shit.
you have to account for Jackson
it.
Jr. in the corner. I mean, he's an excellent three-point shooter.
Booker against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's the three. And the rebound goes to Long Beach.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Holmgren with a screen on Booker. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Here's Jang. And it's blocked by Edwards.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
Williams against Booker. Williams' shot is good.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And Booker has got the ball here for the Thunder. Trailing by 5. They defeated Washington in their last game.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
Here's Jang. No points yet. Outside for Booker. And
Damn it.
the corner goes.
It's obvious he's taking it upon himself to try and keep them alive.
Jackson pass to Edwards. Down low.
Ah.
With a steal.
Get back, nigga.
Caldwell Pope. And he takes
Whoa.
the feed in stride and slams it home.
And with the leaping ability that Caldwell Pope possesses, he knows when to bounce to the rack and throw it down.
Oh, shit.
Stolen by Booker. And it's good for 2. Booker's got 12 points in the game. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
And Graham, by now, many of the questions we had coming into the season have been answered.
Oh, no question, B.A. But it's still a long way to go. We know how much can change over the course of the season, so I wouldn't be surprised if a contender or two has yet to emerge.
And so Jackson nails both of them.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Dagnall. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Here comes the score takers, everybody. Get loud and show them some love. Get loud and let them hear it. It's t-shirt time, everyone. Get loud.
Jackson, he's checked in for James. And Long Beach making a change here. Now we get a chance to check some stats for Chet Holmgren.
And during the last 5 games, he's been a force on the boards, really throwing his body at rebounds and trying to grab as many as he can. And that kind of effort has been noticed by his coaches and teammates.
Here's Jang. No points so far. Rozier outside. And the foul called on Emmanuel quickly. That's his first foul of the game.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And what a phenomenal replay of that impressive rejection.
You can almost feel the mindset he has. I mean, when the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Here's Grimes. He's coming off a 10-point game against Washington.
Yeah, what about his work on the glass? I mean, he was an all-around
Damn it.
contributor to a winning effort.
With this pause, let's update you on the best rebounding teams in the NBA over the previous 10 games. The 4th spot held by Oklahoma City.
And over the last 10 games, this team has brought it to the glass. Everyone is getting involved and trying to help one another secure boards.
Both shots good from the stripe. For Long Beach, they've got 6 of 14 in so far. Now here's Quickly. Checking his stats, he's scoring around 9.5 points per game. And it's Holmgren missing.
The way they've gotten after rebounds has been impressive.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
He's got to take a back seat right now. When you're ice cold, you can't just keep gunning.
Quickly against Rozier. Pass to McDaniels. Off target from outside. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Rozier, right side.
Rozier is attacking the defense like that. I think it really bodes well for his team.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Both free throws good from Rozier. And so Quickly will bring it up for Long Beach. Trailing by 2. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Oklahoma City squad.
Well, last year they swept the season series. There was a talent differential between the two teams. We'll see if that gap has narrowed.
I mean, one is a playoff team. The other, question mark, ... not so much. But things change, and you're only as good as your last win, so we'll see how they handle things tonight.
Devin Booker, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Thunder. He made a big impact, scoring 12. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for the Thunder guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
They've got Terry Rozier, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Oklahoma City, getting going in the 2nd. Pass to Rozier.
No.
Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
At the line for your
First one falls for him. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there were so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Terry Rozier is a reliable and experienced player, so he knows how to lead his team.
Edwards, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Offensive rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Ooh, Shai showing no fear inside.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Thunder with a lead. Here's Grimes. His nightly numbers respectable, putting up 10 points a game. And he gets the bucket.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. For Long Beach, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Gilgeous Alexander, second chance shot. It's good! SGA, the second effort.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Yeah.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
He takes it in, and yep, it's good. Gilgeous Alexander's got 11.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Walker, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
Thank you, City Crew. Give him a hand, fans.
They got Bronny.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Rozier outside. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Walker's shot is off. For Long Beach, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Gilgeous Alexander with the ball. Walker picks him up defensively. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
There's that man, Gilgeous Alexander. So tough to contend with his quick shots.
James is checked in for Jackson. Both free throws good from Gilgeous Alexander. Here's Rozier. And he also played a big role in their last game with Washington. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. Long Beach is shooting the ball at 43% from the field. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Great use of the dribble drive by Edwards there, earning himself a trip to the line.
These are his first free throws of the game.
You know, it's been a rougher year than he expected at the line, guys. I mean, he's seen the numbers dropping off for him this year.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Rozier with a screen on Edwards. Pass to Walker.
Ah, bitch.
Up and in on the layup. Rozier's gotten 4 this quarter.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Oh, shit.
Listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Here's Walker, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
Changing ends quickly, scoring before the defense can set up. They've been doing it all game.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this game.
And Shea's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
Pass to Walker. Rozier looking around. Back to Walker. Now Rozier. 6 on the shot clock. Count it. The defender is called for the block. He can turn this into a 3-point play.
I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Martin, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Devin Booker comes in for James.
And when you look at Rozier, such a fantastic scorer, a gear-shifting, talented guard who continues to improve.
And now the league leaders in scoring. 5th is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's proven to be an essential part of their offensive efforts, always playing hard on that end and ensuring they come up with points.
The first free throw is good.
They've been impeccable from the line here in the second period. doing what they can to try to build some momentum.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
So much confidence coming from Anthony Edwards. You can just see it. This is a guy who knows he belongs in the league and is hungry to be great.
Booker can't get it to go. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Long Beach. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face him. And that's the first of just 2 home games for him.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Rozier, the pass to Sajay. To the inside. And the rebound goes to Long Beach.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Here's Rozier. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5. Long Beach has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Edwards. It's good. Edwards. What strength.
He's done a nice job, a great job actually, of finding efficient shots here in the second. Shooting percentage always a function of the kinds of shots you get. And he's on a good roll after struggling a bit in the first.
Here's Martin. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Booker against Edwards. Pass to Williams. Let's go with a 3. The shot won't fall.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Gordon, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jackson comes in for Rozier. That one's no good. For Long Beach, they've gotten 8 of 12 attempts to drop since the beginning of the second. Edwards against Booker. Quickly from outside. On target from range. Quickly's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For 3, Booker. Edwards pulls it in.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Holmgren, the pass to McDaniels. Edwards with it. Pass to Waiters. Fires the 3. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. The Oklahoma City's ball. Here's a look at the schedule for the Oklahoma City Thunder. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Paul George and the Brooklyn Nets. Then on Thursday, they'll be facing Bradley Beal and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And looking at the Pacers matchup, they'll want to come out fighting in that one. They'll be big-time underdogs, but anything can happen.
And the Thunder making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
You know, Clark, something Kentavious Caldwell Pope brings, that championship experience.
And every championship team has a guy like KCP, a guy who can make shots, who's always there, ultra reliable, plays both ends, doesn't step out of his role, and all he does is help you win championships. I love watching guys like that contribute in a meaningful way to championship teams. And he's a fun guy to watch because he does his job at a high level pretty much every night.
Booker, pass to Gordon. And no good. McDaniels with some nice D.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Thunder trail by 3. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Good on the shot. Gordon's got his first points in this one.
It's never easy in the NBA, folks. I mean, great job by Gordon to just dismiss the contact and still score.
Holmgren finds quickly. Now Edwards. Some solid defense from Martin. Good chance here for Booker. Oh, at the buzzer!
Wow! I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow. I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off the shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by 1. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket. Glancing at the upcoming schedule when you guys played against one another, did you always have your games circled on the calendar?
I mean, not really. I just assumed they would be an easy win for us.
Kenny, now you tripping. You know, I always give your teams the business. I know, except in the finals when you swept us.
I should have known not to ask that question. And let's talk now about the first half in our game. Devin Booker been doing his thing.
He's in the mood offensively, carving up the defense like Kenny carves up that tofurkey on Thanksgiving.
Tofurkey.
Yeah, that's like tofu and turkey mixed together. I can't lie. I get into that.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
Through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it. And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So the Long Beach Five right now. They've got Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren out there with Jackson. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Edwards in at the shooting guard position. Here's Jackson, and the rebound goes to Long Beach. Holmgren's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, making it look easy. Gilgeous-Alexander is so skilled, the ball on a string. We see him do this time and time again.
Gordon outside. Left side, Booker.
Oh.
And it's Holmgren with a rebound. Holmgren's got 8 rebounds in the game. Jackson, the screen. Pass to Holmgren. Outside, Williams.
Oh, bitch.
The shot no good. Oh, and Jackson with the defensive effort. Outside, Booker. Launches a 3, and the rebound goes to Long Beach.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses. This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
To the paint. Here's Martin. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Oh, man, what vision by Booker. His playmaking is really underrated.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Some solid defense from Martin.
Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent, they have made some nice adjustments.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be a second foul of the game. And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan.
Nigga got Sonic shit on.
Let's see the dance move.
Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. You take a look at Long Beach. They're in first place right now with a tremendous record. They're certainly the team to beat. And, of course, the Thunder pretty far behind right now. Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Screen by Gordon. Pass to Booker. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
And off the front iron, and in it goes. Holmgren's got 10 points. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Here's Booker. No good there with a step-back J.
You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the three off target.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Outside Booker. Jackson with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Jackson with it. Fires from deep. Yes!
Oh, my
Booker
goodness.
with the setup. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
For his position, Booker does a solid job moving the ball. He's got great passing instincts.
Holmgren, the pass to Williams. Now here's Edwards. Back to Holmgren. Tries again. Holmgren for 2.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Here they come, fans. It's your one and only Thunder.
Here. Rozier's checked in, and Long Beach making a change here. Oklahoma City has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Booker, the pass to Rozier. Up top, Gordon. Outside, Caldwell Pope.
Away team foul. Jenkins. First personal foul. Second team foul.
And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it. And now let's see the most efficient scoring teams around the league this season.
The smart offensive moves this team makes helps them open up the floor and find great looks. That's how they've secured such an impressive shooting percentage.
Rozier, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Edwards against Booker. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert, because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. Edwards for 3. And it's Devin Booker with a rebound.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him. Boy, Rozier's simply going off. This two going bonkers in this one.
SGA just powering through contact.
What do you mean he's going off? How many points has he got? Oh, 15.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that too. Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Martin with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Rozier gets the bucket.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
And there's Gilgeous-Alexander on the assist by Edwards. Edwards has got 6 assists here tonight. Thunder leading by 3.
Oh, fuck.
For 3, Booker. Edwards pulls it in.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Caldwell Pope with a drive. The putback. Here's Gordon. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off.
You know, it's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he struggled so mightily.
Jackson, pass to Edwards. Over Booker. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 12.
Nice mid-range J from Edwards there. He's obviously not too concerned about what the analytics say about that shot.
Rozier from outside. Drains the triple. Rozier's got 21.
They keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Oklahoma City's got 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. Gordon, right side. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Boy, you look at Gordon, he is cut up now. Fantastic being able to overcome physical defenses because of his own physicality.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Thunder.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Quickly up top, pounded by Rozier. Puts it up from 12.
Oh, what the
Gordon
fuck?
pulls it in. Gordon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. James against Gilgeous-Alexander. Rozier outside. Back to James outside. No good from outside.
That's a look he couldn't pass up. He just couldn't get it to go.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Rozier from outside. Drops
What the
into
fuck?
3. Rozier's got 11 points here in the second half.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Long Beach. 3-pointer Rozier. Oh, the Thunder,
Oh, my
another
goodness.
3.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
And the rebound goes to Long Beach. Jackson's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Oklahoma City ahead, up by 5. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. A moment here for an injury report.
I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for Oklahoma City. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. And this team really needs him. They aren't the deepest squad in the NBA, so we'll see how they move forward, Brian.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And in the training room, guys, I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce bounce back from.
James is out there with Terry Rozier. And it's Grimes in at the small forward position. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City.
Wow.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
James passes to Rozier. There's a screen by Jay. Rozier can't get it to go.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, gets the 14-footer to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Gilgeous-Alexander against Rozier. 14 feet away, and the rebound goes to Long Beach. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander into the lane. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Have to respect the tenacity. Gilgeous-Alexander isn't afraid of going straight at the defense on the drive.
Walker, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Jackson, he's checked in for Long Beach. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Three-pointer Rozier. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Oh my
Long Beach,
goodness.
they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
And he drops it first.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And so James will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And it's James with the jam.
Ronnie James dunking on us. No way.
That's lit. Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good.
Ammonia strong, we call that. Wear that rim out.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Excellent use of his physical gifts. Goes up strong and captures the board.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Jackson. Holmgren powers through traffic.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they battled back.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Right.
No.
All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Long Beach?
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. Their totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
And right about now, at this point in the game, there can be a massive difference between a 2- and 3-point advantage.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a 3-point play here. Going to the line for 1. Rozier, he's checked in for Grimes. And the free throw, no good.
A superstar level talent for sure. Anthony Edwards is awesome, but I like his competitive spirit as much as his skill.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Here's Williams.
What?
No luck on that one. Excellent D there from Caldwell Pope. Oklahoma City's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Booker no good. For Long Beach, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Getting it done inside.
Edwards just doesn't allow defenders to bottle him up. Great focus and persistence.
Booker against Edwards. Takes a 3. Booker missing again.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
Booker against Williams. Inside, here's Jackson, and he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Booker, the pass to Martin. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Back to the basics, unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true. And I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
And the Thunder making a change here. Jackson is checked in. Now a timeout call by Long Beach.
At the line for one. Fans, please turn your attention courtside. It's the Storm Chasers.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, the head coach for Long Beach had some instruction for his guys during that break. Coach asked his team, can anyone knock down a three? Reminding them three-point shooting will open up the floor, make things easier in the half-court offense. Everyone loves making threes. Missing? Not so much. BA?
As always, Allie, we thank you. Back to Booker. Jacks up a three. That basket is good. Off the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Devin Booker with a rebound. Booker's got 4 rebounds in the game.
You got that takeover shit.
The three is
No.
Booker cashing in on the fast break.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 32 points.
And force-feeded the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working. And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, he just crashes the offensive glass.
Oh, wow.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Ooh, Booker.
He's not going to miss.
Pure.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range. Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it. Williams is like a vibe. I mean, this guy gets it. He knows they need points there, and he takes it upon himself to deliver.
Here's Martin. Great D that time from Holmgren.
Good idea with the fadeaway, but the defense was just all over it.
Pass to Jackson. Now Holmgren. From 9 feet. Gordon pulls it in. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Caldwell Pope. Pass to Martin. Holmgren with the block.
He times his blocks almost perfectly. Holmgren stands his ground and forces the shooter to commit first.
And that's how you defend. He wasn't showing any mercy with that swat.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
And for some reason... He decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
We've got 1:23 left in the 4th. Here's Booker.
An outstanding defense from Holmgren. I like watching him use his length on this end.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Jackson the screen.
Oh, my God.
Booker. Jackson outside. Look at Booker elevate.
Why? Why is this nigga like...
Score with just too many moves to count. Booker is so dependent.
Let's go.
Knocks down the triple.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Oh, my God.
And the rebound goes to Long Beach.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Here's Holmgren.
Oh, no.
Outside, Williams. Jackson, pass to Williams. 5 on the clock. Could tie it up. And it's Devin Booker with a rebound. And he commits the intentional foul.
Fuck yeah. right. Next NBA Cup games against the Lakers.
That wasn't fair. They've known each other for 10 years, and Owens said he doesn't believe he doesn't see this the way he does. Owens said he's sick and tired of everything being about Cody Rhodes. His image is everywhere. He's got 3 pyros during his entrance, and he betrayed him on top of everything. Cole replied that Sami Zayn and the Usos both thought it was a good idea to help Roman Reigns, and Owens said he didn't care about what they thought. Owens said Cole doesn't have any friends, so he doesn't understand betrayal. Cole replied that he had some advice for Owens and told him to look in a mirror because this is all about him. Owens got hot and told Cole to get out of his car, then call Cole one more time. And when he looked back, he closed the window in his face. That was actually a pretty funny spot.
Yeah, it was.
What did you think of this? This is a creative way to do an interview.
Very good. Everything Owens does is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna. Sometimes we get emails where people ask who's better than who, or how would you grade a certain guy's performances. But Owens has now been under WWE contract, including his time in NXT, for 10 years. So for that 10-year run, what grade would you give Owens as far as how he performed in WWE?
A B,
solid B.
Solid B. It's not a B plus. It's just a solid B performer, which is very good.
Yeah.
It's actually very good. So Gunther was backstage. So that's the thing here. So Chad Gable gets Cody Rhodes. This is one of those matches they want to show that Gable is still a good worker and go with Cody.
Yeah, exactly.
But Cody hit the crosswords for the win. Cody held his ankle after the match. Then Kevin Owens appeared in the ring and stomped away on the bad ankle of Rhodes. And then followed up with elbows and stomps and sent Owens to ringside and then drove through the ropes at Owens. Both men brawled at ringside again before being separated again. I would have left this with heat instead of giving Cody a little comeback there. What do you think? Do you agree with that, Conan?
Yep,
yeah,
me too.
Yeah. Vince, I spoke with Vince today, and he has a good point. But maybe he doesn't have a good point. Is that we were talking about, and I think Cody is in this spot. Bro, like the WWE has always had the baby face that just never takes a loss.
Right.
And I'd say Cody is in that spot, but he doesn't really wrestle that much. You know what I mean? And it's kind of weird because earlier in the WWE, and I said, well, Vince, they've had that before. The baby faces that never lose, but for the better part of 10 to 15 years, because maybe Vince McMahon was in charge of the company and you had trolls at the show, they were booing the babyface out of the building. John Cena would get booed out of the building, and Roman Reigns would get booed out of the building. They were like the baby faces that never lost. Now that those fans, those troll fans, left and went to go watch AEW and support AEW, the WWE now is getting the correct reactions from the fan response at every show. Do you notice that?
Well,
like Cody still gets cheered. Go ahead.
Here's my point. There isn't a promotion I know of in Mexico and the United States where your top guy is getting a lot of losses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'll tell you one, AEW with Will Ospreay.
Well,
he's lost it.
That doesn't count.
But that just shows you like what a mistake. They wanted to make him the top babyface guy, and look at how many pins he's taken so far.
Right.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a good match since they both have, one's an Olympian and Rhodes has an amateur wrestling background. I think he was state champion in Georgia. Mm-hmm. Good takedowns and counters. Great chemistry between two of the business. And I would have agreed with you. I agree with you. I would have left with some heat. Now, bro, it's hard to take Vince seriously anymore because he wrote on Twitter, I don't care who knows it, but I'm going to say it. Triple H is a drizzling shits.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
We argue he thinks Triple H is a terrible booker.
He's not.
And I had that conversation with him today. He did, I it's like, I don't know what metrics. You know what Vince was trying to tell me?
What?
He said, you told me they sold out every show, but I looked, they only sold out 64 shows this year. I'm like, Vince, I'm not saying that they, like in a calendar year, they sold out every show, but they're on a run of consecutive sellouts on their TV taping. like 38. I'm like, what is it?
Bro, they're doing the greatest business in the history of the company.
But
What
the
else?
the best part about that is you have a gauge of another company to compare it against.
Right.
Like their arenas are stacked to the rafters.
Bro, it's not even fair because if AEW didn't exist, they'd still be number 2. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can't even compare them with them. It's it's like XFL and NFL.
It really is kind of if you think about it, But this show was, like I said, there were a couple things on the show I liked, but this is kind of like all these shows where the shows where the main event is organically built in just a promo beforehand for two characters that didn't have any heat going in, and that, like I say, like Gable and Cody was your main event. There was zero backstory. You know what I'm saying? There was just a main event that they threw together, and I'm not a fan of that type of booking, but. Maybe you know what Vince's another comment that he had about me is that about the show was that he thinks here's why he thinks Triple H is one of the reasons he thinks Triple H is the drizzling shits because the champion was not on the show at Survivor Series, and he said Vince McMahon had found out that the champion was not on the show at the Survivor Series. Like he would have fired, like like back in the day, like your champion. That's a show. Your champion has to be on that show, right? Cody wasn't on the show, but I was like, well, Vince, you got an extenuating circumstance here where they're actually trying to load up main events for the Saturday night's main event on free TV and the debut of Netflix show,
right?
And they're saving that's why they probably had the discussion about Owens and Rose, which very easily could have been on the Survivor Series as a pay-per-view, but they're loading up that Saturday night's main event show as a pay-per-view type show. Did you see the card for that, Conan?
Yeah.
So read the card for Saturday night's main event. It's definitely a pay-per-view show.
It's stacked. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I will be watching it.
Yeah. So this weekend, right?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Oh my God! And is it going head to head with Collision?
I'm not sure.
Oh my God! Okay, because this is the collision of the weekend of the anniversary of my tweet.
Oh, tremendous!
Where the numbers going to be so
yeah, Collision will be on Saturday at 8 p.m.
And what time will Saturday night's main event be on?
Saturday night's main event. Sorry, this gave me the card. Oh yeah, 8 p.m.
But,
so head to head.
Dude, like think about
they're going to get destroyed.
If you're a wrestler, of course they are, bro. You're promoting Continental Classic matches.
Right.
For Collision up against Cody versus Owens and like all these other main event matches.
Right.
On the,
What's the put up the card, Joe?
Let's see the card, Joe.
Cody, undisputed WWE.
Can you put it up or no?
Yeah, I looked it up on my phone, but hang on.
Pull it up. Okay. All right, so we got main event is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed championship, and Vince actually was saying that he would not be surprised if Cody Rhodes dropped the title and they did a rematch on that Netflix show. Okay, that debut Netflix show. So keep going. Actually, but he's on SmackDown though, so that would not work. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Gunther versus Finn versus Damian Priest in another title match, and Liz versus Io Sky, and oh God, and this had the Women's United States Championship match that I'm very excited about. So who's it going to be? Bayley or Chelsea Green are in the semifinals against Meechin and Tiffany Stratton. So who do you think would? You know what?
Bayley and Stratton.
Who would you put over, Conan, for the U.S. title?
Probably Stratton.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there. This is a brand new belt,
right?
Okay, and all those other characters are kind of in the mix for the world title, right?
Right.
I would not be surprised because they're very happy with the type of TV that Chelsea Green's doing that they gave her this title to make.
Well, she does deserve it, but I don't think that's what.
I'm gonna make a bet. I'm gonna bet $5. I'm a $5 wager. I predict that they're gonna put Chelsea Green over for that.
All right.
So we'll see. So that's been our SmackDown review. What'd you think of the show?
It was good. Nothing great, but it was good.
Yeah, and I did like Solo. I was a fan of Solo's mic work on the show.
Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Yeah.